Next up we have a chap who it's always a pleasure to see him on the bill. He's a great friend of mine.
Been on the bill.
You've never been on the bill? On Casualty, on something like that. I'll set him up, he'll knock him down. And he's Cardiff's finest export since the Daleks, which were of course embedded in Camden. He's been a radio DJ in South Africa, and he was the first ever person to give me a go on a vuvuzela. He's a shrewd son of a bitch, but he's not a son of a bitch, he's a son of a wolf. But here's Alan Wolfson.
Hey.
Yes, Alan Wolfson is the name, or in predictive text, anal yogurt. My moustache is called Simon, and I hate wearing hats indoors. Hats indoors, do not like them, hate them. The only reason I'm wearing this hat is because I'm really embarrassed about the pathetic, tiny little hat I'm wearing underneath, which nobody should have to see, so unfortunately I just have to keep it covered up. I've got a brand new poem I just wrote this afternoon because I keep doing the same old shit, so I thought, my God, I better do something new. This is called Cat Slam Rhyme Off. The hallway came towards me as I ran downstairs, and there with a glare face staring at me was my cat, Otis. Otis was sat on the mat. The cat sat on the mat and pointed to the fact with his paw. I saw by the defiant posture and the look in his eyes that said, it's gonna cost you if you don't rise to my challenge. This was a rhyme-off. The gauntlet was thrown, so instead of going to work, I took some time off, stayed at home, and moved his food up to my room so that when he found it, he would find me with my head painted red, lying on a bed, playing dead. Instead of letting me get away with that, my cat counted with a hat, a bat, a rat, and a little sign that said twat. Next day, my cat went out and never came back. So I pinned his picture on a tree which said missing. The day after that, it was pissing down and the missing notice was nowhere to be found. So this time, I pinned up a different sign with a stronger fixture. It was a drawing of the missing notice on the tree. It said, have you seen this picture? The next day, the sign was still there, but the tree was gone. The next day, my cat came back carrying a blue plaque, wearing a rucksack and a pack-a-mac. He thought he'd got the better of me, but it wasn't to be. I wrote a letter and attached another picture that everyone could see. I stuck it to his back with blue tack. It was a plea that said, missing, have you seen this tree? You'll be rewarded handsomely with a cup of tea, a DVD of Jack D, and lots of money. Otis, with the notice stuck to his fur, slipped into a pair of swimming trunks, and without so much as a purr, jumped into a river and faked his own drowning. So that when I found him, I'd be bound to stand down and let him go through to the next round, to be eventually, in his costume, asleep, crowned rhyme-off champion posthumously. Thank you. I wonder if this is uploaded. This little box here, which is called a cajon, was been renamed by Abby Palmer a hitty hitty box. Does this go any lower? It doesn't go any lower, does it? All right.
Bend it towards you.
I'm going to be down here, you see. I'm just going to have to sing loud, aren't I? This is a new venture I'm going to put my poems to some beats. And as it's a festival, that will work perfectly if only it was switched on. All right. Festival season, and this is one about wishful thinking, utopia, and an everlasting music festival. And it goes something like this. Barack Obama said, yes, we can. I say, what if all the guns in the world jam? Nobody shoot nobody because nobody can. What if all the guns in the world jam? What if all the knives in the world fold? You cut your own fingers, you grip a loose hold, you're going to drop the knife, you're going to save a life. Nobody gets stabbed, we all get to grow old. What if all the bombs in the world failed to detonate? Yeah? Wouldn't that be great? Yeah? Wouldn't that be great? Yeah? Wouldn't that be great? Yeah? What if everyone was satisfied? Nobody run and nobody hide, because nobody need to. All our differences agreed to. And then all the armies in the world decide to take a break. Forever. We'd have nothing to fear but the weather, and the earthquake, and the meteorite, and disease and blight, and the parasite, But that's alright, because all the money from the fighting's sitting in a pot. That is a shitload of money since the fighting stopped. All you gotta do is fetch it, redirect it, so the wretched are protected and the poor have lots will now have got hot food on their plate, yeah? Wouldn't that be great, yeah? Wouldn't that be great, yeah? We'll all congregate in the open air, and what we do there is dance and sing and frolic about and do our thing underneath the sky. And I tell you why, because love is love and not fade or die, and all the hate will evaporate. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? Give your tail a wag, get your blues all healed, go to sleep in a bag and wake up in a field, tumble out of the fog with your secrets revealed, slumber out of the fog and wake up in a field. Needs a little bit more rehearsal. All right. Here we go. Thank you very much. Is this one still on?
Yep.
Okay. Tuesday morning, I come to my senses and go down to the office that allocates licenses. I say I need a license. The lady behind the counter reaches down to fetch a locked box from under a shelf. She re-emerges, adjusts herself, removes the lid and urges me to consider its contents. She says, "Which one do you want?" I say, "Show me one that says license in a nice sans serif font." I sense a little tension. Then she says, "I've got a pilot's license, a pirate's license, a wireless license, an ultraviolet license, a license to suffer in silence, a license to suffer in Spanish, a license to vanish, a license to varnish, a license to harness the energy of a toddler's tantrum to power your car, a license to marry, a license to carry on as you are, a license to carry on as your mum, a license to fart out your bum, a license to start a religion, a license to startle a pigeon, a license to show the film Bridge on the River Kwai, a license to drop a fridge on Jamiroquai, a license to buy a telly, a license to fly a helicopter." I stopped her right there. I said, "What I want is a license to do anything I care to. A nice and simple license that lets me do what I want, where I want, how I want, with whom I like. Assume I like the merchandise. I'll make it worth it if it fits." She looks me in the eyes and says, "This is licenses. You want birth certificates." Thank you very much.